Good morning, y'all. It's 7:32. Just kind of woke up and packed up about halfway over at the place in Damascus. Definitely a pretty Spartan sort of arrangement here, but it was comfortable. I mean, it worked. Kept me dry. It's a little cool. There's no central heat, but that's all right. So, yeah, I think probably gonna go hit the diner at 8 as soon as they open. Another 30 minutes or so. I'm just charging up my phone because it didn't charge too good last night. But yeah, I haven't checked the weather yet. There's no data service, but I mean, it's going to be cold. It's just going to be cold today and tonight and tomorrow night. But yeah, I think the plan is Staff's going to pick me up by the side of the road tomorrow night. So just one night in the cold and hopefully we'll be all right. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and keep packing up. Just wanted to say good morning. We'll get moving and I'll see you at breakfast. Yes. Hiker hat. Oh, come on. All right, folks, it's 9:49 on day 42. And I have my pack on, but it's mostly empty. I left most of my gear back at the place. We ran into Grumpy Cat and another little crew of hikers who have been in town for a couple days over at the diner this morning. Fantastic breakfast, by the way. But I think they had the best plan I'd heard of so far, is to just take a shuttle and basically slack pack back to town. The issue with today and tonight isn't so much that it's going to be cold today, so much as that it's going to be like, I think the forecast has the thermometer like at 18 degrees tonight, which is definitely pretty cold. And as much as I'm okay with being camped up in 18 degrees, the issue of frozen shoes in the morning becomes very real and difficult to negotiate. So yeah, the place was great, the accommodation last night. So I went ahead and asked if I could stay one more night. So I left most of my gear back at the place, and I think Grumpy Cat booked a shuttle to bring a bunch of us up about whatever 15-ish miles up trail, and then we'll hike that 15 miles back down into town, where we can once again take hot showers and sleep in a relatively warm bed. Certainly not 18, well, bed, sleep in a relatively warm situation. So so that's gonna be the plan. And then tomorrow, figure out how to get back up to that northern point where we're dropped today, and then hike until Daff picks me up. So yeah, but the shuttle should be in another 2 hours or so. So just kind of poking around until then. That's the plan. Ooh, that looks slippery. Hey folks, all right, it's 11:15. We just got dropped off 16.5 miles north, trail north of Damascus, Virginia, over on, I think it's State Route 58, Jeb Stuart Highway. There's definitely a little bit of snow falling as we make our way, but I got plenty of layers on and everything else, so I'll probably wind up shedding most of this pretty soon. But anyways, that's checking in. 16.5 miles to get back to Damascus, and then yeah, I'll check in with you all there. See ya. All right, folks. Well, it is 3:46 and 34.8 degrees on day 42. Pretty much been running along the trail. It's been real nice, cool weather, intermittent snow, sort of flurries, sort of faint flurries falling. But nice little hiking weather. I should be just about 2 3/4 mile away from Damascus, which is nice. The group that I got dropped off with, all 6 of us have kind of fanned out, so there's a few up ahead of me and there's a few back behind me. But yeah. Anyways, I turned on because it's day 42, as I said, which is indeed a multiple of 7. It means that this is body update time. So yeah, this is gonna be a quick update, man, because I'm gonna be honest, like, I feel good. The shin feels good, the knee feels good. There were a couple calluses on my toe, or excuse me, blisters on my toes, that just small ones, very small ones, that I took care of back at Boots Off Hostel and taped everything up. And they seem to be recovering just fine, no real issues. The hand is still, my right hand especially, still kind of taped up, but that's because it's been wet, and it seems that when my hand and the strap of my trekking pole get wet, that hardened skin and that callus sort of get a little damp, and then it's a little more painful. But you know, I expect maybe another week of taping up that hand, and then I should be good to go. It's not really bothering me too much. Sleeping good, eating good, everything's good and regular and happy, and yeah, feet are good, toenails. I cleaned up my toenails and fingernails back at Boots Off as well, so everything's freshly trimmed. And yeah, shin, knee, ankle, body, hip, shoulders, eyes, mouth, all that, all feeling good. So super quick update this week, but there it is. Talk to you all later. Alrighty, folks. It's 4:30 and just finished the LighterPack hike. There's the sign. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. And even better than crossing into Damascus and seeing the sign is saying that it drops you off right at Wicked Chicken. A wonderful little spot. And I think that's where the crew that I rode up north with and then slack-packed with, I'm going to use that term a little loosely, but kind of slack-packed with, I think that's where we're all going to meet up. So I'm going to go ahead and jump back in there, maybe get a refreshment. I did also just want to update that originally the plan was I was going to hike another 15 or so miles tomorrow further north, and then Daff would pick me up somewhere on the trail so that we could do a 000 together before hitting the DMV and hopefully getting a replacement ID on Monday. But like the distances and her work schedule and the road access for that part of the trail definitely look like that's going to be a little tricky. Not necessarily that I couldn't hike 15 miles and have her pick me up, but that if I were to hike 15 miles and have her pick me up, it might involve sitting where wind chill is going to be like -5 degrees for hours waiting for her, which is, you know, I don't really mind hiking in the cold, but standing in the cold is brutal. So all this to say, well, I had been planning on staying over at the place again tonight. I think the plan is she's just going to drive on out from Boone, North Carolina, pick me up this evening. So instead of 3 zeros, it'll be 4 zeros or something. And you know, every time I take a 0, I know I get some comments, people lighten me up about being lazy or slow or whatever. And man, if you want to get to Katahdin before me, brother, you go and you have fun. I like my wife, I like my dog, and I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy some time with them. I'll get back on trail in another few days, and you know, I'm gonna hike my own hike out here. So now I'm gonna go get a refreshment and some wings and wait for the rest of the folks to catch up. So I'll talk to y'all later.